Hello my guys and welcome to another episode. Let me show you what I have today. ...2014 Toyota Corolla. This thing runs really bad. And that's just because of maintenance, lack of maintenance. Customer drives a lot for his job. He put coilovers. He's eating tires like crazy. And I went to pick it up yesterday. And obviously I did a detail because it was in really bad shape. But let me show you what I found. Like I said, I took it home yesterday and I heard a really ugly noise from the back. This side, the passenger rear, and this is what I found. He blew the coilover. Max speeding road for you. So that one is done. And because he drives a lot, I told him just to put back the original suspension. This car has multiple issues. Eating tires like crazy, like I said. And it has no antifreeze, no oil, really low on oil. And that's the main reason why he brought it. So my biggest concern is that the leak, it was gonna be from the timing belt cover on the passenger side, but look what I found. This is the leak that he has. And I think that's because I don't know where he took this car for an oil change, but obviously they didn't do it right. It's leaking right there. And this vehicle is being here a lot of times. I did axles on both sides. I did an alternator at one point. I did the compressor, AC compressor at one point. I did the spark plugs. I did a lot to this vehicle. When he put coilovers, he took it to a shop. They did a horrible job, so he got to bring it to me. So I did the adjustment, the right adjustment on the coilovers, and some of the bolts, they damaged the studs. They broke like 3 or 4 studs. I replaced that already. So I don't know where he took it, but they did a terrible job. They blow another one in here. So yeah, that's what happens when you took the car to a cheap mechanic. They really don't know what they're doing. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna replace the oil, put new gasket, a new oil filter. I have the oil, I have antifreeze, I have pretty much everything because this car really need maintenance. But first I gotta check for codes too because it is running really rough. Like I said, I replaced the spark plugs not too long ago and I wanted to see if it has any codes. I'm gonna check the codes with this Autophix BAS300 plus. It's gonna be battery tester and OBD2 scanner, 2 in 1. So I'm gonna check the battery too. And that's the good thing on this scanner. You have the scanner right here connected to the OBD2 and you can connect this part to that part and check the battery. Plug it in, turn the key to the on position, and let's start checking for codes. Okay, we plug in, let's press OK, and let's see if we have any codes. Okay, read codes, no codes. Even though the car is running really bad, really rough, I don't see any codes, and that's a good thing. Everything looks okay. This drive cycle, everything looks okay. O2 test, let's check the O2 sensors. Pass, it looks okay. Pass. O2 sensors, it looks okay. Let's see what it has. Test component, vehicle information. Pretty much looks good, and this scanner is really fast. Let's check the battery now. Okay, we on. Let's check the battery. 12 volts. Battery test. Car regular flooded. Cold cranking amps. We have 685 cold cranking amps. good, but it needs to recharge. But it's still good. That's good. Okay. Now let's check the cranking test. I know I put the new alternator, so turn key off. Let's turn the key off. Turn the ignition off. Press OK. Put the ignition on. Has the engine start? No. Cranking is low, and the car is shaking a lot. Charging test. Okay, so everything looks good, but the cranking is low, so I believe the battery needs to be replaced. That's all. Okay, so there you have it. Everything looks good. Battery needs to be replaced probably really soon. Alternator is not that old. The only thing that I need to fix right now is that leak. Okay, I was trying to remove the housing for the oil filter with this little tool. It didn't work, so I had to bring the big boys with a 23 millimeter socket in the big wrench, because that thing is really tight. Hopefully whoever replaced the oil didn't damage the housing, because probably it's gonna have to be replaced. Okay guys, bad news. I even put paper on the tool right here to get it more tight around the housing, but let me show you the housing. If you can see in there, it has a crack right there where my finger is. Has a big crack. I put a lot of strength to it, and I try, and this thing is super tight in there, and I'm gonna end up breaking the housing. So he's gonna have to replace the whole thing. And if I remove it, if I'm able to remove it, it's gonna be in pieces, and I don't have another housing right now. So I guess the car is gonna stay like that until I get the new part. And today is Saturday afternoon. We're not gonna get it until Monday. So that's the issue. When you don't take it to the dealer and you take it to the cheap guy, everything is gonna be more expensive. But if you take it to the dealership, they're gonna charge you a lot. But at least, even though for my experience when I used to work there, at least we know what we're doing. Other than that, I'm just gonna put antifreeze, and I'm gonna have to talk to the owner to order a new housing. And I think that's it for this episode, because that new housing is gonna be probably in like a couple more days. I thought it was gonna be an easy job. Every time that I said it's gonna be easy is 2-3 more hours into the job. What can I do? I'll leave it with that, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next one. Peace. And link in the description for this scanner.